Welcome to the fundamental update for February 15th, 2026. And in this update, I'll be giving you all a clear picture of what is happening in the fundamental markets and what we should be expecting for this week. Now, let's just go straight to the point. Last week was wonderful, right? Last week was beautiful. I don't know for you, but for my students, for me, last week was actually very amazing. So, first of all, I told you all that DXY was going to be bullish. Sorry, did I say bullish? DXY was going to be bearish. You understand? DXY is weak. I said that due to the fact that we had economic uncertainty, we had everything going on in the economy, we saw that DXY was going to be bearish, which was weak. And due to the fact that investors are also expecting a rate cut. I gave a lot of reasons in last fundamental update. I think you should go and check it out, right? So what happened? This played out exactly as predicted. Due to the government shutdown, we had NFP last week Wednesday. NFP usually released every first Friday of the month, but we had NFP last week Wednesday. We can look at it. Let us see it, right? We can see on Wednesday, right? We can see this is it, the one green, the one that is green, non-farm payroll, and it came out positive for dollar. Now, I would tell you all how this affected dollar, right? Because we say dollar is weak. Now, non-farm payroll coming out positive. Is it a confusing data? Is it a bias? Should we follow it? Does it mean dollar is now going to be strong? A lot of people felt like, oh, dollar is now positive because of they just saw one huge spike in the market on Wednesday. I'll tell you all what is going to happen. So we're just looking at what happened last week, right? And this was what made dollar a little bit bullish last week, right? I won't say it was bullish, a little bit. It was more like a retracement to me. So a lot of people are asking why was dollar going to the top. You can see this was the top movement, a huge spike at this zone. Let me mark it out. A huge spike at this particular zone, and people were asking what's happened to dollar. Does it mean that dollar is going to be positive now? And I told you all that no, it was just based on the news. This was where the spike ended, but this was the long spike that happened. You can see this was the long spike that happened, and this was due to the NFP coming out positive. Now I told you all that Euro USD was going to buy. Why? Because dollar was weak and Euro USD was going to buy. This was the position I was looking at. I know you all have already seen it. I'm waiting for Euro USD to come to this zone. We had a very big push to the top at first, dollar being weak. Euro USD was positive. I told you all that Euro USD is going to be bullish, but then it missed this mid pivoted order block. This mid pivoted order block here was supposed to be the entry. NFP came out with a huge spike touching the market at this zone. This was where the spike ended, and I feel a retracement is still supposed to happen all the way back down to this particular zone here. Now, I'm not 100% certain, so I'm not telling you to risk everything you have on this particular trade. Nobody is 100% certain when it comes to trading. Forget what you see on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, right? No guru out there can predict exactly what will happen. But based on fundamentals, based on my own analysis, dollar is still going to be weak. Euro USD is still going to be bullish. All we just need is a good retracement all the way to this top, and I and the signal members are going to take it all the way to the top. We're going to buy it. Well, speaking of signal, I gave out signal on GBP. I think GBP card, right? If I'm not mistaken, GBP card. Let's see how that went. And I made a huge amount of money from it. Trust me, huge amount of money, no cap. This is like my biggest trade this year. This is the first biggest trade I've taken this year, and we are still holding it in the VIP team. I'll show you all. So this was it. Very, very beautiful trade. We took an aggressive entry at this particular zone here, and we did not wait for market to get back down to this other block, because I felt like markets might want to whine us. So we took our entry at this particular zone here, and I took that because of my confirmation I had at this B zone, right? This B flow. Now, a lot of you might not know what B flow is. This is for this is another lessons for just my students. So that was the trade I took. I've already made up to 50 pips from this trade. I'm aiming for 90 pips, and once we hit 90 pips, we're going to hit our second TP. You can see we ended the week at 50 pips TPs hit in the VIP signal channel. This is what the signal channel looks like. And let us go to here, see the signal we had on GBP card, and this was it. We were reaching 70 pips for the first TP, 50 pips, and for the second TP, 90 pips. You understand? A lot of us took the trade. I made a good amount of profit ending the week, and that was how I enjoyed my weekend. So I want you all to understand that if you're following the fundamental updates, you will be knowing what's happening in the market. I knew what was happening based on fundamentals, based on GBP and CAD. I did not actually give out these fundamental updates, but I want you all to understand that dollar is still weak, so you can use this to trade any pair. My students use this to trade different pairs and they make profits from it. And for those who are asking, oh, how can I read fundamentals and understand the fundamental updates on other pairs, I advise you that you should register with the macroeconomics team. Understand? This is a 6 months training and a lifetime mentorship. This is what it looks like. It's still at a discount, 60,000 naira. The main price is 250k, and once the discount ends, I'm not going to change it to anything. So when you want to see it at dollar price, is at $43, and this is all you'll be learning. This is literally all you'll be learning. We have beginner level, intermediate level, advanced level, and professional level, giving you different tasks that will help you to up your game. And if you look at this, you can see different trades I've taken based on fundamentals. You understand? Based on fundamentals, and this is very beautiful. So let me check if this is recording. Okay, this is actually recording. Yes. So based on fundamentals, you can see these are all the trades I've taken, and I made good amount of profit from it. Fundamentals never lie. You see, technicals can lie to you, other blocks can be invalidated, FVG can be invalidated, but you see, fundamentals, in my 2 years of trading fundamentals, macroeconomics, I can tell you, anytime I hit SL based on my fundamental, I was wrong. Fundamentals never lie. It's either I did not read the fundamental news right, or I did not just follow the proper expectations. But you see, fundamentals, it never lies. Your technicals can lie, your other block can lie, your FVG can lie, but fundamental, it never lies. You understand? So let's look at the economic indicators we had for last week. We had the NFP, which was the most important news release on Wednesday, coming out positive, and this gave a huge retracement to dollar, making Euro USD sell a bit, USD CHF to buy a bit, all those currencies that have USD to move in opposite direction based on what I gave as the analysis for this week. But I told you all it was just a retracement. Dollar is not bullish now. We still have a lot of things happening in the economy, and we can just be patient and see how everything will play out before we jump into conclusion. For the JPY, I'm still telling you that JPY is looking a bit bullish, right? But I won't tell you all to jump in on that trade. I will give you a proper analysis after this week. Let us see what happens after this week, right? JPY is not really having much confluence. I don't like trading a pair or a currency when I'm not having enough confluence fundamentally on it. Do you understand? For AUD, I'll tell you all to keep going with AUD bullishness, right? AUD USD have been bullish for a very long time, and we might keep seeing that bullishness to be happening. You understand? We're waiting for a retracement at this zone, and I give out a kind of analysis to those who view my status and my Telegram channel. I give out an analysis saying that this is a key level. So if AUD USD gets to this particular key level, we should be expecting an entry to keep pushing it all the way to the top. You understand? That is another analysis. You should check out AUD USD based on your technicals, right? Because AUD is still very much bullish. For GBP AUD, we can be seeing a retracement now, but GBP AUD is still going to be bearish. Maybe a little bit of retracement. I'm not seeing any key level. I love trading based on key level. Let us look at the 4 hours time frame. I'm not seeing any key level to trade this, so I don't really like what this look like. But for those who takes entry on based on POIs and all, you can find a good POI to look for a sell, because I feel like GBP AUD is still going to be selling. AUD is still bullish. So this fundamental update is short, is a clear picture. I want you all to try and make your analysis, look at other currency pairs. And for BTC, I want you all to understand that BTC right now is also being affected by the economic crisis. I told you all that when we're having crisis on in the economy, investors remove their money from BTC and invest it on gold. You can see, let us first of all look at gold and see what gold is doing. I know some of you say, why is gold rising and falling? Well, I want you to understand that the sharp fall, I talked about it, and those who have been following my fundamental updates will understand. But the upside movement is based on there's still economic crisis going on. Dollar is still weak. We are still expecting a rate cut, and investors are still putting their money on risks of commodity. Now for BTC USD, let's look at BTC USD. BTC USD, investors will be removing their money from BTC, so that is why it's still falling. It's as simple as that. Fundamentals is not hard. Once you learn all these things, you understand how the market move, and you understand when the market move, because I can read different news and I can understand where it's heading to. That is just simply it for the fundamental update. This was a very short one because it's a clear picture. In case you have any analysis you want me to look at, I'm giving you all this free privilege. For those who have been following my channel, this is the free privilege. In case you want me to look at any pair, right? You've made it so far to the end of this video, you want me to look at any pair for you and drop analysis for you, I need you to, you know, make a comment in the comment section, and also let me know in my WhatsApp DM. You understand? Comment something in the comment section and then let me know that you want to look at this particular pair in my WhatsApp DM. So once you text me up my WhatsApp, I'll let you know, okay, if I can look at the pair, I'll look at it and I'll tell you what is happening fundamentally and what is going to happen in that pair. If it's a good pair, we are going to ride it together. Do you understand? So that's just simply it. I hope you all enjoyed it, and in case you have any question, also do well to ask me. For the meantime, have a lovely day ahead, and it's going to be a wonderful week, I believe.